Want to really see something that said, take a look what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. When you try to kill our citizens, we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Hell, you just can't make this up. But be honest with me, Patriots. Y'all go through that line. You could get 2 items and spend $41.95 plus tax. Unbelievable. Them Patriots be going through that line though. I know y'all be getting that espresso shot. I know y'all be getting that double frappuccino, that white chocolate mocha macchiato latte with that extra shot of syrup in there. I know what y'all be doing. Don't sit up here and act like, nah, Rick, nah, I make my coffee at home. All right, now some of them Patriots some of them Patriots do say the hell with Starbucks. They say the hell with Starbucks, Dutch Bros, and what's that other place called? Dunkin' Donuts, and what's that other one y'all be going to? Some of them Patriots still go through that McDonald's line and get that coffee or that Frappuccino, that caramel. I know what y'all be doing. Them Patriots ain't slick now. Rick know what y'all be doing now. But we definitely had to get into this. Y'all know I'm going to come on here and crack some jokes and have fun with y'all, man. But I do hope everybody's having an amazing month of November, that you've had an amazing week so far. Hell, it's almost the weekend, family. It's almost Friday. We just trying to make it through the week, you know? And we all do what we got to do, man. If you want to go through that drive-through line, hell, go through it. Hey, some of them Patriots wore out, man. We all blood, sweat, and tears. We tired. Work 2 or 3, 5, 6 jobs, overtime. Hell, we got to go through that line and get that espresso shot. Hell, you should enjoy it. Get that cake pop while you're at it. Get you one of them big old cookies they be selling. And what else they be selling? Get you one of them breakfast sandwiches. Recently, Starbucks went viral for that cup. That's that bear cup. What the hell? That's crazy as hell. Yeah, you could just take that, go empty a honey jar and make it into a coffee cup. I mean, man, people was losing their mind over a bear-shaped cup. I'm telling you, man, the times we are living in, boy. They've made a fool out of us, man. I tell you, these corporations, these companies, these businesses, this entire scam that we live in, they have made a fool out of the people, man, especially us Americans. I tell you. Boy, oh boy. But them Patriots still gonna go through that drive-through line. It's all right. I know what y'all be doing. It's okay. Go through that drive-through line. I go through there every now and then. Yeah. But usually I make my coffee at home, though. I love making that little thing at home. You know, because we always buy the stuff where you can make it the best way at the house. I don't know. But recently I've been making my coffee and stuff at home. Y'all let me know how you make your coffee. Comment down below. Weigh in, y'all. Weigh in, family. Let me know how y'all be whipping that thing up. I'm more of a iced coffee guy, so. I do love my coffee hot sometimes, but I'm more of a iced coffee guy. Some of them Patriots drink it black. Black coffee, that's it. Nothing else. Black coffee. You know what I'm saying? Coffee and something sweet to weigh it out, to balance it. You know, if you drink black coffee, you gotta like balance it with something sweet. You know, but some of them Patriots say they can't have that sweetness though. Hey, some of them diabetics. Hey, now. All right. But Mandami.
New York City's mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani is drawing national attention with a bold call to boycott Starbucks. As union workers go on strike across the country, he urged supporters to back striking workers demanding a fair labor contract from the coffee giant. Mamdani said that skipping Starbucks during the strike sends a message that workers deserve real bargaining power. His stance signals how he may wield political influence as a pro-union voice in the country's largest city.
What y'all think? Y'all weigh in with your thoughts now. You know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all probably seen this recently earlier, and we just not doing a little full deep dive into it. You know, a lot of people have been saying good luck to New York City. Let's see how the free will work out. You know, how the socialist, the communist plan will work out. You know, hey, a lot of them people down there say it's a scam. New Yorkers are packing their bags. They say there's going to be a walkout. A lot of reports coming in, man, But all I can say is let's just sit back and watch it all play out. That's the best part about this thing, man. There's places like this in California. All you could, these places are gone, man. The far left is gone. The Democrat Party is done. And they running it's the U-Haul states. They run it. People packing them U-Hauls up, man. And I keep telling y'all stop bringing y'all butt down here. It's too many y'all there. It's too many y'all that came up over here already. But look, New Jersey. I mean, we can go down the list. I say, where do you come from? New Jersey, California. I say, man. And some of the nicest people, man. But they said they done been ran out of there. Unbelievable. Y'all stay over there. Don't come down there. Stay your butt over there.
Union workers walked out in more than 25 cities during Starbucks' high-traffic Red Cup Day promotion. Despite the walkouts, Starbucks said that nearly all of its stores stayed open with minimal disruption. Workers United claims the company refuses to negotiate seriously and continues anti-union behavior. Starbucks argues that its wages and benefits already make it one of the best retail jobs in the nation. Talks between the company and the union collapsed earlier this year. After initial signs of progress, workers have filed hundreds of unfair labor practice charges, escalating tensions across the chain. According to federal labor officials, Starbucks has engaged in union-busting tactics, a claim the company denies. Red Cup Day has become a pressure point as workers target one of Starbucks' most profitable events. Last year's strike forced several store closures and heightened national awareness of the dispute. Tensions grew under Starbucks CEO Brian Niccol as workers rejected new policies they say strained store staff. Store closures in major cities, including dozens in New York, added turmoil for workers and landlords. Mamdani's election, powered by progressive energy.
Hell, Dr. Steve. All right, let's see what Dr. Steve talking about.
Picture this. 190 Starbucks locations all across New York City, generating nearly $500 million in annual sales, employing 4,500 workers, and pumping nearly $50 million in sales tax alone into the city's coffers. Now imagine their incoming socialist mayor telling New Yorkers to boycott every single one of those stores. He needs their tax dollars to pay for all the free goodies he promised to New Yorkers, but then he tells the city to boycott the very corporations his tax plan relies on for funding. Sound insane? Well, it is. And you won't believe what Starbucks did in response. Hey gang, it's me. Far left desperately tries to stop the unstoppable rise of a new conservative age that you're making happen. Never even imagined. Make sure to smack that bell channel. And that's the insider trading expert, Ross Givens. It's so preposterous, fellow loopholes. But guess what?
Put that heifer in jail.
Database, and then we get to piggyback.
They still ain't put that heifer in jail. They still ain't walked her out. They said she just retired. Walk that heifer out and put her in handcuffs, hell. I tell you. You just can't make it up, man. Right, let's get into the Starbucks boycott.
New York City Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani, the 34-year-old Democratic Socialist, set to take power January 1st, publicly called for a citywide Starbucks boycott as union workers launched what they were calling their Red Cup rebellion strike. Mamdani tweeted out, quote, "While workers are on strike, I will not be buying any Starbucks, and I'm asking you to join us. Together, we can send a powerful message. No contract, no coffee." So, no contract, no coffee. So what's going on here is that the Starbucks Workers United, which is a union that's comprised of only about 4% of Starbucks stores, they launched the Red Cup Rebellion, which is a nationwide coordinated strike targeting approximately 65 unionized Starbucks locations across the United States on the company's busiest day of the year. At the heart of the strike are stalled contract negotiations. That's why no contract, no coffee. Workers are demanding the basics, higher wages, better benefits, better scheduling, improved health care, stronger job protections, and the like. And they're calling it the Red Cup Rebellion because what's strange from Mamdani is he is relying inordinately on corporate taxes to fund all of his socialist giveaways, right? Free childcare for all children under the age of 6, the elimination of all fares on New York City buses, city-owned grocery stores, and the like. So think about it. The man about to run America's largest city, who's, by the way, never run a business. He's never even, to my knowledge, even ever had a real job. But this guy...
He was a rapper, though. The brother used to spit bars and write lyrics.
Just urged his constituents to economically strangle a company that he needs to rely on to directly fund the very programs he campaigned on. But here's the math that nobody seems to be talking about. If Starbucks were to pull out of New York City, which they're already doing nationwide, the city would lose $70 to $80 million annually in direct revenue. They would lose sales tax, payroll tax, property taxes, occupancy fees, all gone literally overnight. And that's before the ripple effect hits. So when those 190 stores close, well, foot traffic dies. And when foot traffic dies, nearby businesses lose money. And when nearby businesses lose money, property values decline. Economic experts estimate the total damage would be upwards of $250 million. Now, you may know this, but Starbucks, the corporation, they ain't having their best moment right now. They've already closed over 600 stores nationwide. And in New York alone, more than 50 Starbucks locations are now gone. The company laid off 900 corporate employees on top of 1,100 earlier cuts. And they're taking a $1 billion restructuring effort. And I don't think Mamdani quite realizes the tripwire he's stepping on here. Remember, the mayor of New York is powerless to raise taxes. New York City, right? He's powerless. He cannot raise taxes. Mamdani knows he has to raise taxes significantly to pay for all the free stuff he's promised. But the New York State Constitution requires all tax hikes have to go through the state legislature in Albany.
Okay,
and Governor
Kathy say Kathy say
Hochul has already said that she's very much against raising taxes any further on New Yorkers, especially those who could pick up and leave the state, as they've been doing now to the tune of hundreds of thousands ever since 2020. And then to his south, we have President Trump threatening to cut off funds permanently from New York. He's already frozen almost $20 billion in New York City infrastructure projects like the Gateway Rail Tunnel project under the Hudson River and the 2nd Avenue subway expansion. So Mamdani is really stuck between a rock and a hard place. And now he's only further alienating himself from really the financial heartbeat of the city, and that's corporations like Starbucks, who he needs to help finance his socialist vision. And to make matters even worse, at the very same time, the NYPD, the New York Police Department, they're shrinking at an alarming rate. You probably read about this, but they are literally hemorrhaging officers just ahead of Mamdani's inauguration. So back in October, nearly 250 officers quit. That was a 35% increase of quittings from the previous year. Since January of 2024, the New York City Police Department has lost over 5,000 rank and file officers, an average of over 300 per month. And the bottom line is that morale is at an all-time low. Everyone's concerned about the policies Mamdani wants to put in place. I mean, bottom line, they just don't want to work for a guy who consistently vilifies law enforcement as the villain and criminals as the victims. But ironically, in all of this, it appears that Starbucks is getting the last laugh here. Not only did Starbucks report that 99% of its stores remain open during the strike, but they're reporting that they had their best red cup day ever. That it exceeded all sales expectations. I mean, seriously. I think Mamdani is like the greatest marketing gift ever. They're actually calling it the Mamdani effect, right? One Miami developer, real estate developer, reported over $100 million in signed contracts from nervous New Yorkers in just the past 3 months, doubling what they got in the entirety of last year.
I told y'all.
And Starbucks is basically making the same power move here. Starbucks essentially told Mamdani and the unions, you know, your boycott didn't work. We had our best day ever. But there's also a very subtle underlying message there in what Starbucks just said. We're an international corporation. We don't need New York City. New York City needs us. If the political and labor environment becomes too hostile, we'll simply reallocate capital to friendlier markets. It's that simple. With over 40,000 stores globally, Starbucks does not need New York. But New York, and most especially Mamdani, desperately needs Starbucks, tax revenue, jobs, and...
Boy, that Starbucks line over here in Texas, at all the locations I've seen, we got one in town. It's like, so when we come out of our neighborhood, it's just a twisty roads. And then eventually after like 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, you finally get to town. And that's where we have all the food places and restaurants and stuff. And that Starbucks, they still get a lot of business, man. They get a lot of business. The one in the city, those ones in the city, oh my goodness, packed every morning, throughout the day. The one by my childhood house, my mom, man, it was packed that thing. And then they built it next to like a Take 5 oil change. I think that's the worst. I don't know who came up with, why would you put a 5-minute oil change place next to a Starbucks? So it was people honking every single day when you pass by there, because people in the drive-through, and there's cars piled up for people trying to get an oil change. We know who came up with the whole idea. Probably one of them Democrats. One of them incompetent as hell. One of them DEIs, didn't earn it, not qualified. Yeah. You know? Because I don't know who would put an oil change place next to a Starbucks and then wrap the drive-through line around to where the oil change line is in the same area. I just don't get it, y'all. You know, over here in Houston, Texas, yeah, it's a disgrace.
Economic activity. So there you have it. It seems like we have yet another notch in this another loss. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. Seems like we've got we've notched yet another loss for this socialist sham. There we go. I said it. Mamdani could double down and watch the city bleed, or he could admit that the hand he's biting feeds his entire socialist dream. My bet, he doubles down. And New Yorkers are going to end up paying the price. One closed storefront at a time. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the...
Yeah, but anyways, back to that story. I don't know, man. It could. There are some Trumpers that are incompetent too now. So I take that back. It might not have been a Democrat DEI. Sometimes them Trumpers are, conservative MAGAs and conservatives are incompetent too now. Not all of them though. A lot of them have common sense. Majority of the ones I know, and the ones a part of this family, have common sense. I don't know who would put a Starbucks next to a Take 5 oil change though. What a disgrace, man. But I think, you know what? I take that back. I think it was one of them DEI non-qualified individuals. You know, just thought it was a good idea to put a Take 5 oil change and a Starbucks next to each. I tell you, what a disgrace. But let me know if y'all go through that Starbucks drive-thru, man. Let me know. Y'all go through that y'all make y'all coffee at home. Let me know in the comments now. I love y'all. God bless you all and your family. And I will catch y'all in the next one, man. If you can't take a joke, if you in your feelings, sorry. We just coming on here have a good time, man. You know, politics is politics. This is a dirty game. You know, don't let it get to you. I'll catch y'all in the next one.